Hey everybody, welcome to another fine installment of Threat Assessment where I'm going to be taking a look at an electrical control energy assault dominator by the name of Total Fusion. In this series, I take a look at videos that have been put out there by you all, by the City of Heroes players that have been shared on YouTube for people such as myself to enjoy. And in this version, this episode today, we're gonna be taking a look at actually I think it's the first time I've done this, a Twitch streamer, and our Twitch streamer of choice is Siraz. I am a subscriber of their channel, and they put out some City of Hero vids every week or so. This one's from a couple months back, and it is a leveling video where he's taken out a Dominator that was recently created, level 23, and he joins up on a level 47 team running was it Christopher Maxwell arc mission, I believe. Sorry, Maxwell Christopher mission, Founders Falls contact, and they're going to be raiding some council base to take out some computer network. And lo and behold, the evil nemesis plot is afoot. I don't know if I've ever run this mission. This is like old school, level 40 to 45 range. Can't remember it off the top of my head, so this will also be interesting to just kind of watch it from that lens. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time, watch this vid, and as I do so, I'm going to pause every now and then to illustrate things, question things, exclaim whatever. Right? I'm gonna review it. I'm gonna go ahead and look at it from a tactical standpoint. We'll look at some of the strategies that we're seeing here. We're gonna be talking about the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. What are we seeing? What do we like? What don't we like? And sharing our own experiences as we go. And then hopefully we can also use this as an educational tool for those of you who may be newer to the game and don't really know what's happening here, or perhaps some of you veterans who are trying to polish your game up and can get some pointers out of what we're going to see today. So let's go ahead by starting with who is on this team. So let's zoom in on the team window and see if we can figure out who's who and what power sets they may be bringing to the table here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know another person shows up. Let me hit this forward. There we go. There's our last body. Boom. Shadow Zombie is in the house. Okay, so let's take a look at this squad that Total Fusion has joined. So Total Fusion, that's them down there. There's their Dominator symbol. As I said, they're running electrical control and energy assault, level 23. So they don't have their pet. They don't have a bunch of powers. I'm not even sure how well they're slotted, if at all. So they're going to be, I would assume, a weak link here potentially, given that this mission's running at 47 or something like that. If I remember looking at the foes, they're probably running at 45 plus something, 2 or 3 level. So we might be seeing, if I remember from looking through this video a little bit earlier, I think it was level 47 targets. But anyway, we've got, was it Ufoy? Ufol? Something. And we have a controller. Looks like Earth control. And I'm seeing cold domination shields. So they are not cold domination. They are Earth something. And based upon the next character, I'm guessing they're going to be Earth thermal. Because I see thermal shields sitting here. On 8812, another controller. They appear to be, is that gravity? So we may have a gravity cold controller here. And then I see 2 sets of cold shields. So either there's 2 different cold domination controllers here, or somebody cast that at the end of the last mission, and again while they're standing out here, they may be doubling up on this. I don't know if there's two cold dominations or just the one. And then I'm looking at the last controller here. I don't see any pet icons, so they may be just low level, or they could be mind control. I see this looks like that is Arctic fog, I think. So I believe this is our cold. I think this is our cold right here. Now, are they both cold? That I don't know. Then we got ourselves a stalker. And this stalker, from what I can tell, is that regen? Is that a regen stalker? Maybe. Or willpower. It's hard to. I'm not 100% confident in the iconography of City of Heroes. That's probably a whole nother video series. But anyway, then we got two tanks. Stygian Shadow. That sounds like some dark melee or something, but from what I can see here, I believe this is energy aura. I think that's an energy aura tank. And then our other tank down here, Fabio Goosebane. They look like they're running electrical armor. And they got some accolades, so I'm guessing they're kind of maybe the highest level person here. Possibly. Then our last player that came in there was Shadow Zombie. I think that's Atomic. And this looks like Soul Mastery or something like that. Dark Mastery, I think, but not 100% sure. I believe that Siraz here actually gives us, yeah, it gives us the info on this. So the only one I can say for sure at this point is that Shadow Zombie, based upon what Siraz has shown us here, is Dark Blast, Atomic Manipulation. I don't think he showed any of the other characters. Let me scan real quick. No, he did not scan over anybody else, but what he did do is do a level up to 23 right before here. So we actually can see what powers our Dominator is packing. Tesla Cage, Chain Fences, so we got a single target hold, we got an AoE immobilize, Jolting Chain, your single target knockdown that jumps, Conductive Aura, your draining, endurance draining aura around you. Tesla Coil is your, it's like a patch AoE hold. And then we got Synaptic Overload as chaining confusion power. And then we're pretty lean on attacks at this stage. We have a single target melee, Bone Smasher, single target blast, Power Blast. You have your power up, which is your plus special, and I think it has some to hit and accuracy nowadays. And then a PB AoE attack, Whirling Hands, which does Whirling Hands have a trawl to it now, I think? I forget if it does or doesn't. So it's kind of like a little whirlwind and it sucks people into you. I don't remember if that was altered for that or not. Then we got the flight pool going. Probably got Hasten going with speed. Trying to get some recharge on his Dominator. That's my guess. And packing a bunch of SOs. So not well slotted. Looks like we have a Miracle is the only real set. The rest of these are, I don't even think these are those prestige enhancements that expire at level 22 or whatever, 21. At least I think the chance for the procs, I think, expire at level 20 something. So I don't think these are even fully functioning. So overall, this is not a strong, build. I mean, not that the powers are anything wrong about it, but just no IO sets, right? There's underslotted with level 20 SOs. So you're not getting a lot of heavy percentages on any of the attacks or numbers here. But anyway, that's what we got. That's what we know so far. We're gonna follow the team now and see what happens with this crew of 8 against these nemesis foes inside of a council mission. Be right back. All right, headphones are on, and we are ready to go. So what I can see from the guy he's got targeted down here, I can't really see it's right at the bottom, but that's a level 47 target, and it's purple, and it's a lieutenant. So let's see if we can figure out what level this team's leader is. So if you are going against an even level minion, they would con white. A lieutenant would be yellow. Then these guys start stepping up. So that's at 0. +1, we'd be yellow, orange, red. So that's +1. Can't make plus sign. +2, +3, +4 is red. And these guys be one color deeper. So yellow, orange, red, purple. So we're likely taking on +4s here. That's my guess. Conning 47. So probably the missions around could be a level 43 time level 43 +4 mission. Maybe. Or it could be a 45 and they're running at +2, but we're definitely taking on some higher level stuff. We have we'll have to see what else we can tell if our mission holder's 45 or not. Up in the air. But anyway, he's taking on at least for him, for Sarazir, he's taking on at least like a like a +4 or something like that minion, I think, or lieutenant. He's got a good challenge. So again, he's got crappy slotting. So I'm not expecting a ton out of our Dominator here, Total Fusion. And I'll tell you, as a Dominator player myself, I don't want to be the lowest level guy on a team because, Dominator, you really got to hit with those controls to start getting your lockdown. That's the only thing that's really going to keep you safe. And then if you're taking on +4 purpley things and you're underslotted, you're not going to do much damage. Your controls aren't going to last that long. You're not going to last very long. So he is at high risk for this mission.
Not gonna lie, did not see the level.
Right. And for sure, Chapayev there is our cold. They're shielding people up. It's a little bit pixelated because this is streamed at 720p. So this is about as clean as I can make it. But right now we got Fabio has gone in there as our tank. And definitely got Nemesis. I hear the explosions. Nemesis are dangerous because they have a lot of burn patch stuff going. They got a lot of toxic gas bomb patches going. So you just standing around a lot is going to get you heavily damaged and possibly killed. They have a lot of just little DOT ticking away. And then they've also got, when the lieutenants get killed, they pop off Vengeance, which is going to boost their damage, defense, etc. So they become hard to hit. They start really hammering you. And I believe their Vengeance stacks, so it becomes real nasty. And they've also got the exploding Warhawks and the exploding little Jaeger windups down here. So this is a risky adventure here. One thing I can see already that would have me a little bit concerned, but hey, I've just started watching this, so I don't know yet. But I do see that 2 of my teammates have not entered the map yet. Right, so we're already at 25% deficit in our strength and our firepower. And one of them's my other tank, and the other one's the stalker. So we have a single melee guy is trying to grab all the aggro, get all the attention, and keep everything on him, while you got squishy-ish and squishy-ish following behind him. So this is going to be interesting to see if this goes sideways. All right, let's go. Dude, there goes the frickin' Vengeance. All right, man, we got... So look at our Domi, right? Hey, I got to give him props. Domi's sticking his face in there. If you're playing a Dominator, for the most part, your job is what you see right here. You're in harm's way. Up front a lot, depending because you have an assault set which has melee attacks, and especially energy assault has some pretty good melee attacks. So you want to be up there slugging away. It's like half of your attacks are melee, so you can play a ranged game if you lean heavily on your control set as attacks. In combination with some of the assault sets are pretty rangy. Like they might be 2/3 rangy, 3/4. So you can do it. And electric might be fall into that rangy option. But remember, he's got conductive aura. So he wants to get into melee to leverage this thing. And then start using his Bone Smasher and his Whirling Hands because he has 2 melee attacks and only 1 ranged one. So he's kind of in a really bad position. Not literally, but like figuratively, I would not want to be him on this team. But he's doing what he has to do. Maybe you can feel a little bit comfortable because you have 3 support buffed characters behind you, giving you shields and stuff. So probably as safe as you're going to be. But right now he's playing off tank, and that's not where you want to be in this opening mission here. All right, let's see if anything bad does happen from this. All right, then the other thing I just saw, he's throwing out Confused. Now, if memory serves, Confusion against Nemesis is not so good. I think they're resistant to it, if I'm not mistaken. I do see it popping off, though. I do see somebody back here is suffering it, but I'm almost positive Nemesis have pretty good Confused resistance. So that's a problem. I think sleep resistance is also something off the top of my head. Maybe it's the bots are sleep resistant. So I think a couple of the tools that he may be attempting to use sleep. If I don't think he had the patch though. And then the confused jumping. I don't think he has his sleepy patch there. What is a static field? I don't remember seeing that. So this may be a moot point, but sleep and confuse, if those are crossed off your list, I mean, now you're just holding. That's all you can really hope for at this point. And you can see he's taking heavy damage. We got over half our health is already gone. Getting plugged away. Sorry, that's Chapayev. He's down here, right? So, boom. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, there goes Chapayev. Where the hell is Chapayev? Where are you on this? Let's see where you even went. Let's see if we can track people. Let's back this up. Back it up. Okay, going in. All right, I saw Oofy's off to the left. This is Oofy over here. There's one of your controllers is right there. Here's your Domi. Here's your tank. I saw Chapayev was shielding on the way in. There you are, Chapayev. Are you using cold control? Ice control? Yeah, they're ice control. Oh shit, they just got fucking worked. All right, so check that out. They attempted what is that? Sleep power in ice control. And they're about to pay the price. Look, they just got walloped, knocked on their back, taking damage. Looks like they're in one of those radioactive toxic gas bombs. And while they're laying there, they're going to take damage. They're going to be getting shot. And Ufoy's taking some damage too. And I see heavy incoming back here. A couple guys here, a few guys here. Our tank is, I gotta say, I'm not impressed right now. Fabio, you gotta do better. You're going in there like a tank, right? You're gathering aggro, maybe, But there's all this incoming fire. You're not breaking line of sight at all. There's all kinds of explosions and burn patches all around behind you and everything. Why not maybe go over here and break some of that line of sight? Draw some of that fire over here so that all that damage is not just piling up around and behind you. Right? Like you could come over here and let all that crap burn there, and now your teammates are back here and they can be a little safer firing in this direction. But right now, everything is coming towards you and your teammates. You have a quarter of your squad is not even on the map, and a body's about to drop. Oh shit! And there's the. Look at all the guys behind. I just saw there's people back here. So this is like classic tank. And again, hey, I don't know. I mean, I just started watching, but this is sort of classic tank over confidence, I guess. And the tank themselves could probably handle this. No big whoop, right? Your tank straight in here. There's guys behind, there's guys behind, there's guys ahead, and they're like, yeah, bring it. The problem is did you taunt anybody on the way in? Did you grab any of this aggro at all? Just run by it and figure, well, my aura will do the trick. Not really, right? Look at all these guys behind you. And they're just in the soft underbelly of your team right now. They're exploding. Yeah, there's guys coming from the, look at this, to the back to the right. Oh my god. Guys, why are you punching so deep already? There's all these guys back here. They're council or something. They're clearly shooting the crap out of the people behind you. I don't even know where they came from. I want to back this up. This is. Let's see if we get a sniff of what's going on here. All right, so here is the tunnel that we're going to focus on in a second. But there's a pocket, maybe another passage, something. I'm looking at the map down here. It doesn't look like. And there's just a knob or whatever in the room, and there's a pocket of guys back here. And we're facing this way, so there's a group of dudes over here. I don't know if the tank even saw them. From what I can see, it doesn't appear so. They just like ran straight ahead at the group they saw. But again, I don't have their camera angles, so I can't say. Guys behind us shooting the crap out of people. More guys coming up front. Just tons of incoming fire. Say goodbye to Chapayev. Alright. Now Total's eating candy. Try to stay alive. Could be a ambush or patrol up ahead. That's why there's extra bodies. I don't have domination on your bar. Yeah, I don't know why it disappears when you, if you just recently respect or something. But FYI, guys, Dominators out there, your domination button does not show up on your tray after a respec. Alright, we finally got some lockdown, and finally the whole team is here. So, we had about almost 2 minutes of not our full team, and we're just fighting away anyway. Stuff spread all over the place. Like, you know, here, okay, tanks out there, kind of like, what's your job, right? Gather aggro. Like, are you gathering aggro? Now, part of it's the controller's fault, right? We got guys immobilized back here. There's guys here, guys back there, right? I don't know how much this was the controllers immobilized things, but there's like at least 3 pockets of dudes, and the tank is just standing there, you know. This is Stygian shadows now here. So I don't get it. Like, let's break some LOS, you know, try to keep people from getting murdered. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let's look at the map. Check that out. All right, there was a fork. This is why they got. There's a tunnel here and a tunnel here. So they have, looks like, you know, 2 different groups of foes that were coming from different directions. And our Domi is looking this way, which is this way. But there's action back here now. And maybe that's where the tank went, because I don't see where our lead tank is now. Right, there's Fabio. Where's he go? Looks like Fabio's like. Oh, they just changed the camera on me. Yeah, there's guys everywhere. Look at this crap. Yeah, I think Fabio went the other direction to try to contain some aggro, so that's good. But you guys, you need to back the frick out of here. You're in a pincer. I'm hearing time manipulation. Gravity time, maybe? Chapayev, I think, is ice or something. Ofoy, I think, is earth thermal. That's, I think, what our 3 controllers are. I think our controllers, we got grav times. That's strong. Got one myself. She's a beast. You've got ice, cold. Another really strong combo. Earth is a great control set. Thermal, I'm not sold on it as a support set too well, but in combination could be decent. Earth will definitely buy you time to do thermal buffing. So, you know, right here, you got a really strong cluster of control as well as buffage, right? You got shields, you got heals, you got more heals, you got buffs. I mean, this is like a total package. I don't know what level these guys are, but, you know, I'm seeing reses, I'm seeing frost work. I don't know if I see thaw or forge. I think that's thaw right there. Anyway, they've got buffs up the yin yang and they got controls up the yin yang. So really, this should be a cakewalk. But you dive in too fast, you go too hard, you go light because your team's not here. You don't look. This is sort of a noob trap scenario. I mean, look, right? They went in, they went in hard. You can see it down here on the map. Right? The map is forking right here. And it looks like what I saw is your tank just came in, lead tank, and went this way. Your squishies were arrayed behind them, and they got KO'd, at least one of them did, by this group over here, the council. Again, why are we rushing in like that? Somebody needs to do a little peek, take a little quick look, or a tank if you recognize that, you know, maybe you need to do a quick taunt down this hallway and then bring them into this direction to kind of just consolidate stuff into one place. But everybody just gathered at the choke point the enemy had set up, and it just became a freaking shooting gallery. Now only one person died, so no big whoop. But look at all the inspiration use that was required, all the buffing that had to happen. You know, so a lot of resources were just spent there when you didn't need to waste them. All right, now they've got it calmed down. I like that move. That was slick. I don't know why it's so jerky, this camera. Let's see this again. So check out this move. I think it's our tank, right? Yeah, look at that. I like that. The little, I don't call that one, the rainbow taunt. I'm guessing. Yeah, that's Fabio. So Fabio, I don't know if you just saw that. So Fabio's lead. Fabio does a big old loopy jump and comes back here behind some crates. I don't know if these are blocking LOS for them or not, but notice, right? Council's turning this way. Perfect. Turn. Turn the enemy. Unlike what you saw in that opening room, we saw it here. We get the enemy to turn around and fire away from your teammates. Your teammates are now free back here and safe to do whatever they want. Perfect. I don't know if there's got to be more than just these two guys, I would assume, in this room, but let's see how this plays out. All right, taunting them over there. Now, these controllers got to be careful. I don't know, because you got three of them. They got immobilized, so does the Dominator. One complaint I always see about tanks is when control like prematurely immobilized and then they can't gather or taunt because everything's frozen in place. Now maybe in this team the controller should be leading. Is there enough lockdown? All right, again, here we go. Check this out. I think you know what I'm going to say. We've got tank here. There's a group in here. You can see there's some nemesis back here. There's also some nemesis out here. So we have a split group or two groups. And we're coming in here. Stygian is already taking lots of hits. I think Fabio was still clicking the glowy. I think they were our glowy clicker back there. Here's our stalker. Looks like they have a sword of some kind. And then our oh wait, here's Fabio. Fabio's right there. So we got our Domi here. We got our stalker, our second tank, and I guess our first tank. Here's our second tank. I'm assuming Fabio's our lead tank. Stalker's there. So all your melee's kind of coming in. But you know what's going to happen, right? I can smell it. Well, we'll see how they react. But pew, 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 right there. Start shooting. Pew, 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 pew. Boom, 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 boom. I can see this happening now. My opinion. I see this shit. I'm like, oop, crap. I'm going to dip right here after throwing a taunt and do this. That's going to cause all these guys to have to come out, exposing them. It's going to cause all these guys to have to turn, shielding my teammates that are following behind me. Now, if that plays out, your teammates are here. They've got a free shot at all these guys right here and can KO them right there. A nice little kill box. Let's see what happens. In we go. Taunting the other tank. We've got a mobilization outside. Somebody's got that TP or fold space, I guess. Or maybe it's wormhole. Could be a wormhole scenario. Oh, God, guys, don't go in here. There's guys up top. Dude, this is a kill box for you. Like, I would not go in here, especially as a 23 Dominator. Look at this. This is just like suicidal. All right, there's your initial. Oh, crap. Do I dive in, taunt these guys, and then dive in? Sure. That could work. It seems to be like what the move is. Bring everybody in. Right? We can kill them in here. That could work too, as long as you're survivable enough. Or, like I was saying, you see this scenario, dip out and pull it out. He said pull out. But anyway, watch what happens. We've got Tank goes in. Other tank goes in. Taunting. Yeah, okay, that's wormhole. All right, I like that. That was I think that's what they did. So it looks like our grav controller. It's a slick move. I like it. Let's watch to see who they grab. Yeah, okay. That was nice. So, we had what was set up to be a bad scenario. You had your group one in here, which the tanks and the melee guys all went in there to go deal with. Now the tanks might be assuming this. They might be assuming, hey, our aura taunts are gonna drag things behind us, so group two will follow us. But what's happening is there is immobilization being thrown out like it's candy on Halloween, and it's pinning the foes and causing them to be split. The Grav does a beautiful move. Love it. They wormhole this group here and dump them on top of the freaking burn pile over here. Slick maneuver. A plus for gravity. Smart play there. Now we have the scenario where everything is gathering in there. We can start dumping it. But again, Chapayev's taking a freaking beating. They're in a gas cloud, is what I can see. All this toxic damage because they're standing where exploding things are. I don't know if that's them right there. There's ADA. Shadow Zombie are blasters back here. Not even oh, he's Dark Blast. So he doesn't have like a ton of AoE. But anyway, look, everybody's diving in here. You don't want to be in a tight space with Nemesis, in my opinion. Nemesis plus tight space equals dead. Because when they blow up, all this, fire and stuff, plus they have gas bombs and burn patches. And this whole thing is a freaking inferno in here of toxic and fire damage. And people are going in there. You can see the amount of damage they're taking just standing near it. You can see all these little fiery things are starting to catch them. Look at all the freaking bullets that Stygian's being riddled with. You don't want to be in the middle of that crap. That's just begging for it. Now, maybe our Domi doesn't have much choice, right? Because what other powers do you have? You don't have a ton of ranged attacks. But you have enough that you could hang out at least at the entrance instead of coming diving in here. Because you only got Bone Smasher and Whirling Hands. That's not a really good reason to put yourself in mega harm's way of burn patches and toxic clouds. I like to see Jolting Chain thrown in here. Power Blast, that kind of thing. Now he's pretty well shielded, Total Fusion, so it's probably not a huge deal. But where I'd be concerned is resource consumption. What is going on here? This is kind of turning into bedlam. Okay, let me back that out real quick. Alright, so this whole area up here, there's guys up here. It doesn't look like a lot. I don't know if this is some just scattered, but I hate this particular map, this council map, because there's all these like stairs and catwalks and nooks and crannies and stuff. There's guys hanging out all over the place. You see them starting to just stop and drop and whatever, but there's a guy here, guy here, guy here, guy there. I think there's somebody else back here. There's dudes down here. There's enemies everywhere. There's no coordination from what I'm seeing. Like, why are everybody so tight to the tank? Maybe let the tank go and grab some stuff, because I think I see them come back down with some bot. Like, people are jumping up, right? I think they went up there to grab some people and then brought it down here. Explosions. Chapayev's almost dead again. Yeah, people are just following way too tight to this tank. Our controllers, for the most part, are jumping the gun. Got a couple tanks, let them get some aggro, and then throw your controls. All right, I'm seeing the tanks kind of go in there, you know, pell-mell, willy-nilly, whatever. Not really with a great plan, but at least they can handle the incoming. And then the controllers just right behind them, taking excessive damage they don't need to take. And then over controlling before things have had a chance to clump up. Now, let's see. Our Domi follows our tank here, I think. Somebody just went in there. I don't know who it was. Your conductive aura is going to aggro. What the hell is going back there? Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a patrol or something. All right, so Stygian's back in here. Again, I don't like this position for my Dom. I don't like it. Now you got conductive aura, and it's a good drain power, but these guys are like +4 to you. Somewhere's around there. These guys are conning as 48s. So yeah, we're at least at, you know, +3s here. 2s and 3s at maybe higher. I don't know. But you're in here. Look how tight you are in here. There's nowhere out. You're missing all these things. I mean, their vengeance is maybe popping off at this point. You have crappy slotting. You're not going to hit much. Deflected, miss, miss. Maybe stay back there and just kind of pick off some stragglers back here. Your tank, I don't know. I mean, is this a great place for them? Because, okay, as a support character that I've been playing a lot lately in my DEFCON series, I would hate this position for my tank because I can't see you. I can't help you. I can't do anything. Now, maybe for the Dominator, hey, they don't care. They're going in. But if I was one of those controllers, I'm trying to support you, give you a heal, whatever. What do you want me to do? I can't see you. And the only way I can see you is I need to come all the way in here and get my own ass kicked. No, it's not going to happen. So I would say tank, a better place for you anyway, is to do what you're doing here. Come up here, get this aggro, and then just scoot it back. Right, just pull it back to this little hallway right here. And then your teammates are right there on the outside. They can just shoot down this hallway and see everything. And everything will be clumped up at this corner right here where my Dominator is currently standing. But he is in here. This is like nutso place to be. Okay. He's got controls, so and he's taking heavy damage now. Probably a good idea to get the hell out of the way. Plus, I saw what might have been an ambush coming. Again, now look how deep Total is. There's no way anybody can help him this deep. He's effed. Bad position. Get out of there. You know, that's a smart play. Get the hell out of there. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't useful. You should have stayed right there. This could have been your position to begin with. So here's a great example, right? My tank, the initial tank had just come and pulled this back here. Broken the LOS at this corner. Look at the position my Domi's got now. He can sit here and, you know, blast, throw jolting chain, drop whatever he wants in here, punch the guys nearest him. He doesn't have to go and put himself in complete harm's way. I don't know if the rest of the team's even here at this point. I think they went a different direction. Again, my tank, you know, they can probably handle this. It's not a big deal. But your support can't. Yeah, look at this. I don't need to guess. The freaking team is split. Love it. So we got two guys here. These two. Your Dom and one of your tanks. I mean, this happens in this kind of map, so, don't get me wrong, but, our tank, who's lead tank? Right? This is tank 2, Stygian, just dove this way. Tank 1, meanwhile, dives this way. As a team, you should probably coordinate this a little bit better. Like, hey, everybody, Fabio's lead tank, so follow their play. They'll take, main aggro. Stygian will pick up, back up aggro, grabbing, whatever. Easy enough. You got two tanks, you can do that, no problem. Controllers, hold off a few seconds until we got control. I'll hit F7 ready or whatever when you should fire your controls. Right? Could be coordinated like that. Pretty simple. But we split our team. We sent 25% of our strength up here. Our Domi almost bought it. 75% of our team goes down this way. Our controllers are taking a beating. Our stalkers taking a beating. Right? I mean, it's just everybody's everywhere at this point. This fight's going to take forever because our Domi's barely going to contribute much damage because he can't hit. These guys are all +4 to him or whatever. Maybe +5s. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this Jaeger is a minion and is purple. So it's at least +4. But he's a level 48, so I think he might even be +5. He's lucky that it is a tank, because otherwise these guys just turn and shoot his ass. He's done. Alright, just abandon Stygian. Stygian, good luck, buddy. Oh, boy. Toxic-y bastard, you. That's funny. Alright. Got the glowy. Somebody else just came to help Stygian. Who is that? Didn't even see this person run by. I'm just looking at the third person that's coming now. There's somebody right here. They're coming to the rescue, it looks like. And I don't think we've seen... Who is this? Who is this? Do we see? I just heard their thermal going off, so that must be Ufoy. So our controller's going. Let's see, do they save Stygian's life? Like, here's the other thing about getting split up. Stygian has lost his thermal shields at this point. Or at least one of them. So he's not even fully protected anymore. That's something else that'll happen, right? You get overconfident because, oh, you don't even think about it, right? You've got buffs, right? I got 2 cold shields. I got 2 thermal shields. Heals and crap. Everything's great. Time, manipulation. All this stuff's buffing me. You're just chewing through things like no big deal. And then you separate yourself. Your buffs crash. And you start getting your ass handed to you. And then you realize, oh, I don't have any of my buffs. Or maybe you just thought you were that good. I don't know. Stygian's taking a beating, though. Alright, now Stygian's getting the buffs put back on them. Got their shields up again. Another thing that you may be outrunning is your leadership toggles. Which is your damage, your defense, your to hit. Because they have a decent amount of it. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, what are we doing? Look at this mess. Let's back this up. Alright, so let's go back. Let's look at the map. Alright, so here's our Domi. Our Domi is like, alright, this part's cleaned up. I clicked a glowy. I'm going to go rejoin the squad, which is down here and had their own fighting. Meanwhile, your one controller had come back from this group to go and help the tank up here to finish up this group here. Okay, great. Let's get back together, everybody. Let's catch our breath. All right, let's watch what happens.
South, and one person went north.
Anybody waiting? Anybody regathering? Anybody anything? Any communication? Okay, we're not seeing any of that. This group, these two, are still up here finishing off somebody, whatever. Maybe their vengeance has popped on somebody and they have to sit here and beat on them for 20 minutes. It could be one of the nemesis bosses where the force field, they become invulnerable. That's gone. Our Domi is, still trying to catch up to the action. Meanwhile, our lead tank is now leading the remainder. So now we've got 5 people are headed alone. And we've already had a couple deaths. Okay. It's all right. Let's just get to the next room and people will catch up to us, right? All right. Let's keep going. Let's wait for them. No, don't wait. Let's just engage. All right. So we're engaged in a fight. We've got 2 people back here. We have 1, 2, maybe 3 at this point who are also not engaged. So we got maybe 3 dudes are actually engaging immediately. Now, maybe it was, hey, I ran around the corner, somebody's right there. I don't know, but maybe you should have waited for your teammates to catch up. And also the idea of, hey, I haven't died yet, so everything's fine. Look at the attrition, right? You can see by just the amount of inspiration use that Totals had to do. And he's been leveling up and getting, some free boosts anyway. But you can see he's having to blow through inspirations in order just to stay alive or just to hit stuff. When if you're with your shielders and your buffers, that should not even be a thing. You shouldn't even need to touch inspirations for the most part. All right, so let's see what's going on. Okay. Just trying to see who's where on this screen. All right, what I'm seeing is this. It's just typical. So it looks like, I don't know which way they went, but right here, remember there's 3 people that we weren't able to see. I think I've just found them. Here's 2 right here. 1, 2. That's Fabio the tank. And this is our stalker, whatever their name was. Paravox or something like that, stalker. All right, so there's our 2 melee dudes side by side duking it out with these guys here. Then I see another one of our players over here. This is our blaster. Now maybe there was a 2 spawns, or maybe there was, I don't know, patrol, ambush, something. But the 3 people we did have, 2 are over here, and 1 our blaster, who's probably shouldn't be in melee. I don't know. With dark atomic, is that a great melee combo for blasters? I don't think it is. But they're up here. Maybe they got stuck there, right? We've got 1 person up here. So now in comes the rest of our folks. Here comes Chapayev. Here comes Total. So we got a couple more people. Got our Domi. We got one of our controllers. And again, Chapayev is getting peppered. Stygian, who we left way back here, they're still in trouble. Oofy's with them still. And I don't know where ADA is right now. That's our one missing person, I think. Okay, what could go wrong? Chapayev smoked, right? Look at the size of this freaking group over here. Huge group. This guy's not even under taunt aggro management from what I can see. They look like they want to kill the Blaster. Blaster's over here by himself, now taking heavy damage. I'm seeing another. I'm seeing another speech bubble. I think this is a ambush or boss, whatever. But this is like two groups. There's Council over here and Nemesis over there. There's like two different groups right now. This is like that entry room, the entry hallway. So boom, down goes your controller, your cold controller again. Was this the third time now? I think something like that. Because they don't have any shields on themselves other than the thermal took off, so you don't even have your freaking heals. Maybe ADA can do something. I don't know. Okay, there goes your blaster, who should have not been in melee with these guys. I'm assuming my guess is, without being able to see it, but I'm thinking this. So my melees go over here to engage a visible nemesis group. My blaster, I'm wondering if came over here to get an angle to hit these guys. And then maybe that triggered the aggro from the council over here, who then came down and just obliterated his ass. Here's your controller laying dead right here. All right, so now we got our two melee beefcakes. Well, Stalker and our tank. Our tank is unable, I think, probably at aggro cap at this point. We've got all these guys are electrical immobilized, so they couldn't even, let's say the tank's like, oh, go over here. They can't even follow anyway. And now our Domi is facing off against +4, +5 foes with level 20 SOs, which I probably read by now because I think he leveled once or twice while he was in here, and he was 23 when he started. So he's probably out-leveled a bunch of his SOs completely at this point, getting no benefit. Two of your players aren't even on the map with you yet in the fight. What could go wrong at this point? All right, trying to get it confused. All right, I'm trying to figure out something else because I'm pretty sure Ofoy, he's taking damage now. And they're still back here. So something else either arrived or never got killed. There's something going on back there. No idea what it is. But it's occupying them. And I see Stygians being shot. So these guys are still occupied by whatever's in that first room. They're not going to be here anytime soon. And now they're potentially in danger of getting killed. If that was an ambush or something like that just showed up over there. You got your Domi trying to hold this off over here, which, again, hey, I can admire that. Like, shit's hitting the fan. I need to stop this. I need to hold these guys off, buy some time. But now, look, everybody's starting to turn towards his ass. Look at these guys. Like, ooh, Dominator meat. Look at that. Good. I don't know where ADA is. I think this must be them right there, so... Back here somewhere? Right off the screen, I'm guessing? Probably over in this direction or back here. Somewhere in here. There's one of these two positions. That's where they are. But is going down. Yeah, dude, you just pissed them off. Boom. Done. He's done. He's done. Yeah, boom. I mean, you just got all these guys wanting to kill you. Your tanks are not freaking doing anything. Again, maybe Fabio's at aggro cap. Probably is at this point. But why is my other tank not over here? Why are you guys punching so deep against overwhelming numbers? You had a nice choke point. You can see it on the map. Right? You had this choke point back here. Why are you not bringing them in and killing them? I see this way too much. Tanks just charge. and stand in the middle of something and just try to get all the fire on them, which is, hey, what you kind of want to do, but the game mechanics don't work that way. Okay? You can't taunt and hold all this aggro once. What's your cap of tanks? 10 guys, 16 guys. I don't know what it is, but it's not this many people, and it's not guys way back here either. Right? You have to throw the taunt over there, use your aura over here. Right? You'd have to be well coordinated, and you'd have to have recognized that on your way in. But I don't think that happened. I think the tank just went freaking balls to the walls. I'm going in deep. I'm invincible. Forget the rest of you guys. Squishy underbelly, sitting back here, totally exposed, and gets pasted. 3 of them have gone down at this point. Bam, bam, bam. Looks like 80. Somebody just res. Did they res himself? They just res themselves. ADA's trying to do something. Paravox is getting smoked now. This is not looking good. Paravox, get out of there. You're too brave for your own good. See, now that his level up buffs have worn off, you can't handle this. You better placate and book. This is classic. Look at this, guys. This fight. They get TP'd out of there, right? Where's the TP take him? Way back here where the other guys were still hanging out. Oh my god, that's hilarious. And a couple people, I don't know if they're going to stay in there anyway. Let's see if our tank accepts the teleport. Nope, tank's going to stay. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about tanks that stay, even though let's say you are survivable. You could probably sit in there and solo the thing, right? But should you? I mean, your team is all just gone now. You didn't do your job apparently, and your team just got emergency evac. There's really no point you holding that position anymore, other than to flex your E-peen. Maybe go back with the team. Hey guys, let's talk this up. Let's freaking get those buffs back on us. Everybody, follow me. Give me 5 seconds and then come in after me. It's some communication. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. It's just, people kind of doing their own thing at this point. Resing's happening. I don't know why these guys are still down here this long. I'm thinking they had to kill the guy with the bubble. I don't know. All right, so now these guys are back here buffing up. Look, they're gathered as a team. All right, guys, let's catch our breath. Meanwhile, your lead tank's F it. I don't need any yet. I'm just going to sit over here by myself. I don't know. I'm sure you can survive, but I just don't think it's good teamwork. At that point, I might as well have door sat while you did that. I don't know if these guys know each other, they play together, or what. I do know that Total had broadcast that, hey, I'm looking for a team, and got the invite. More glowies. All right, now one thing I can say with our tank here is that he clearly was able to survive all that stuff. So if the team played smarter behind them, they all wouldn't have died. So, I mean, I can't just point the finger at our tank here. Why did everybody else go so far in there? Like, let the tank get in there. If shit's starting to attack you from behind, then maybe yell at the tank, yo, pick up the aggro. They're kicking my ass or something. Right? The guy's tough enough to survive these +4s or whatever they are. You got to work with that. Not expose yourself and get freaking mopped up. Whew. All right, well, let's do this. Let's kind of wrap this up, I think. I think we've seen what we need to see here. Electrical control, energy assault, a level 23 Dominator, joining a level 47-ish team, taking on +4s. I got to give Total Fusion some props. He survived a lot more than I thought he was going to be able to. And he was, sticking his nose in. He was playing like a Dominator, so I can't complain about that at all. The team, though, overall just lacks some coordination, which is what I see with a lot of these types of videos that people post up. It's, pugs. People are just doing whatever they're going to do. But I kind of see the same sort of themes of, overeager tanks or something, premature controllers, people out of position, lack of teamwork, teams splitting up. It leads to people getting defeated. But hey, at the end of the day, if you're having fun and don't mind dying, then hey, go for it. But there are some tactical things that could have been done, I think, to clean this up. Some more pulling, some more line of sight breaking, some simple things like that. People knowing their role better and just timing their actions a little bit better. All right, well, there you go. That is the latest threat assessment. I want to thank Saraz for streaming this over on Twitch. And if you get a chance, go ahead and subscribe to their channel. Everybody can use a little extra love, so send it their way. I'll put a link to their Twitch in the description below, and you can check it out for yourself. Some of the other videos that they got. In the meantime, have yourselves a good one. Peace out.